Hello YouTube, it is Chess Person aka Dylan here, back again with some more with the Philidor Counter Gambit. Yesterday we looked at e takes f5, and today we're going to be looking at this special move, bishop to c4. Okay, so from bishop to c4, black's best response would be to take this pawn on d4. Now, white having a bishop on c4 would not want to take back this pawn just yet, but instead want to move his knight to g5 in order to try to put his knight down on f7, forking the queen and the rook, and obviously winning the rook over, since the rook has no places to go. Say that is moved, we go here, and then white has clearly won the rook. So black's best response to avoid this threat is knight, instead of moving a6, would be to go knight to h6. From here, white can just castle as he's developed his bishop and knight. Now, whenever white castles, it's probably a rule in the Philidor Counter Gambit. You should play probably knight to c6. Basically developing your knight, trying to control this pawn as the queen is attacking it. From here, white can take, and then black can retake back, with the bishop aiming at this pawn right here. So if the queen moves, the bishop can come down and take the pawn. Now, I really don't know what it is with the Philidor Counter Gambit, but it tends to be that whenever your king gets checked, you want to move your king over to d7. Now, this is best because the queen is still facing the knight, so better than blocking your queen off with, and doing, well, king, this is the king's only safe square, let's put it like that. So, king moves to d7. Now, from here, white plays the move, bishop check. Now, of course, this is forking the king and the bishop, so the bishop has to take, and yes, black is losing in this exchange, as the knight is going to take back. As you can see here, once the knight is taken back, black has the bishop aiming at this knight down here. The knight is now aiming at this pawn, the queen, and the bishop. So many things. This knight is so powerful. From here, we have to move our queen as it is going to be taken. So we're going to move it to f6, making sure that if bishop takes knight, queen can take bishop. Now from here, white will go through with its plans, take the bishop. Now instead of taking it again, we're actually going to move the rook to e8. Well, this is the end of the first variation. Of course, there are many, but computer suggested and computer approved. This is the best variation for black. See, as he cannot move his knight because his rook will be taken, and the queen is aiming at this bishop, and eventually black can move bishop here. Black is, just a little bit, as he hasn't castled, but he can just move his king, march his king over here, and he's fine, almost as if it was a queenside castle. Alright, well, I thank you for joining me into part 2, where we looked at bishop to c4. Next time, we'll be